So with full auto in the off position, you can now adjust your exposure. And the key elements are right here on the bottom: shutter, white balance, gain, and iris. If you look up here at the monitor, I can see on the lower right a couple of details, and there is an A next to them. And that means that those elements are in auto mode right now. So you can engage manual or auto mode by tapping the button once. So if I tap the gain button once, now the gain, where it says 0 dB, is in manual mode. If I tap it again, it's in auto mode. If I tap my iris button, it's now in manual mode. Now all my settings are in manual mode, which is generally a good thing, but I'll give it to you that there may be reasons why you'd want to let one be in auto mode here or there. But in general, that's how you engage them. So if for some reason you're sitting over here and you're trying to adjust your iris here with the iris ring, and it is just not moving. It says f2.5, but I'm spinning that thing and it is not moving. It's because the iris is disabled, which is that button right there that says iris. When I press it, I lose the A symbol next to it, and if I spin that, sure enough, I am in control of the iris. So now I can really get the exposure set the way I want to get it set. If you look real quickly, you've got white balance, you've got a couple presets, you've got gain. In general, I'd say if you want to leave some of your autofocus settings on, you could leave the gain in auto, especially if you're outdoors or in a well-lit area, but you're going to need to control that if it gets dark at all. And white balance, you've got two main settings, an A and a B. That's going to give you your indoor or outdoor color temperature. So 5600K for outdoor, 3200K Kelvin for indoor. You want to avoid leaving this in auto mode like that, especially if you're doing an interview, because the camera might think that the color shifts a little and it can occasionally drift. And so during your interview, a portion you shot earlier versus a portion you shot later could look different because the auto white balance has drifted. So in general, always keep that set in a manual mode and you should be good to go. You don't need to mess with shutter speed, so that's one to ignore in general. So you got your battery in, you got the camera on, your full auto is set to off. Shutter, you don't need to worry about, it's going to be preset correctly. White balance, you can choose, is it indoor or outdoor? Gain, generally always leave it in the lowest position. That way, that improves the picture quality. As you increase the gain, it decreases the picture quality and makes it grainy. So always generally keep it in low, and then iris is the last one. And iris, you will want to control, and that's this ring right here. That will give you the basic brightness and darkness here for the picture.